Hey everybody, clearing. Okay, back to Divine Masculine check-in. So, going to look at what are the Divine Masculines working on energetically in the 5D, Chakra Kabbalah, spiritual path, life lessons, and karma. So they are very much looking at their karmic pathway. I've been getting it for a while now that when we overcome our karma, it acts as though we are set on a throne of authority. We are then qualified to bring that solution, the message of overcoming, to the world, and it supports us into purpose. So the Divine Masculine polarity is seeing the correlation with karmic overcoming, life lessons, and now being qualified to share that information with others. And etheric reflector, spiritualization of matter and reflected light. I'm getting that they are seeing how you, Divine Feminine, have been a mirror to this process of refining, finding the baseline, understanding certain cause and effect, and set and setting, a contrasting energy. But the spiritualization of matter is bringing the energetic aspect into the mundane, into the 3D, including, so it's like energetically included experience of reality. So this is what the Divine Masculines are working on in the energetic realms. It's this meta view of the nature of reality, and this journey has been opening their eyes to the energetic layer of reality, including that, seeing beyond the signs and synchronicities, beyond chance and coincidence. They are seeing the evidence of truth, the inevitable truth, I heard, but the evidence of this energetic layer of reality, because it has been so obvious in these connections that there is spooky action at a distance, more going on. But how is this playing out in their lives? How is this spiritualization of matter or energetic included reality playing out in their emotional lives right now? Divine Masculines, in your emotional lives, the subconscious is coming to light. Also, the nature of the feminine is coming to light. This is the moon. This is the Divine Feminine, the monthly cycle, the emotional birth, death, rebirth cycle. So this is really beautiful because they are neutralizing their projections. I heard their hate, their mistrust of the feminine, but also this subconscious knowing. These unseen dimensions are becoming more evident, more valid, and so they're seeing the cause and effect, the drivers, the subconscious drivers are making more sense to them. They're understanding how we manifest from our broken record programs, I just heard. So the Divine Masculines are connecting the dots and able to see a little bit more clearly how the intangible aspects of daily life are to be considered as part of the conscious recognition of experiences. Emotionally, they're learning that their emotions show them these things. So the suffering versus freedom, love versus fear. They're starting to see how their emotions are informing them of a yes or a no, a right and wrong, a left and right, decision making. The secrets of that gut instinct or hunch are coming to light in a workable manner, I just heard. So what are the masculines feeling on the conscious mind, or seeing on the conscious mind? That they have a foundation in this. It's like, I just heard, it's like being told that there is a color that you could see, it's blue, and telling someone, I don't see blue, and then the person describing blue, and then you realizing that you've been seeing blue all along, but you didn't call it that, so you didn't know that that's what you were doing. You assumed it was something different than the other person meant when they said that they were going to teach you how to see the color blue. It's kind of like that, hidden in plain sight. They already knew so many of the things that are spiritual or energetic in nature, but they hadn't seen it that way. They hadn't understood that's what they were doing. They hadn't recognized that that's what their intuition was. And so it's causing them to feel like they're far less outside of the loop regarding intuitive navigation, intention, motive, being able to discern energy, and if somebody is friend or foe, but whether somebody is in alignment or not, they're becoming much more conscious of how they've been doing this for quite some time, or maybe all along. They're opening their mind's eye, their heart, to now seeing in more safety how the energetic view of reality can be more accessible in daily life. Consciously, how they can spot it, how they can work with it, harness it, maneuver with it, decide based on it. What is happening in their physical life? Material realm? Oh, nice. Yeah, we get this purpose and passion. This is the ignition that is a prerequisite to union, to coming together in romantic relationship with the divine feminine. With their divine feminine, they need to find this soul path, the karmic graduation, so that they are qualified to ignite this new direction in their lives where they are in leadership, where they know what they're talking about, where they can practice what they preach, where they can have more fulfillment. They're entering that arena, I just heard. They're very close. And we get, there is still some lower vibrational feminine energy or templates or projections, fears, pardon me, actual people in the mix that are in sharp contrast to actual love, unconditional love, and they're still having to sort and use their free will to look at. We have the Lover's card there. This is the spiritualization of matter. The Lover's card to me is the higher love that exists, whether we believe in it or not. In the inverse, it is now we are believing in it enough to validate it. So we have unconditional love and this unkind feminine energy. So there is a little bit of a misogyny in the archetypes that the masculines are clearing. I don't want to say divine masculines are misogynistic. I do feel like they have had to clear through that, just like the feminine has had to clear through patriarchal abuses. It's a pattern, it's a paradigm, it's not the flesh and blood, it's not the people, but it's the patterns, the assumptions, the lack of understanding. So the masculines are voting right now through unconditional love where even the feminine energy is friend or foe, and what is valuable to connect with in a feminine. They're using their free will to decide what to move forward towards and what to move far, far away from, I just heard. So there is this foundation of energetic discernment that the masculines are remembering that they actually have, and they've known all along. This is how to make better choices before the experiential information comes in. This is where we can forecast what we should connect with or not. So the divine masculines are becoming energetically street smart in a different way. Okay, what can we see? I'm hearing martial artists, masters, but that does not always include love-based. That can be for fear-based reasons. So this is in the name of love, with the unconditional love there. That is the genius frequency. It's also the most accurate. So we can be masterful in certain skills because of fear, or we can come into the same skills but in the ascended way because love is our motivation. So the divine masculines are attuning to the love-based motivations for conscious understanding of their reality. What are they working on regarding their divine feminine through this karmic up-leveling and spiritualization of matter? Introspection. So they are looking at their own inner divine feminine, your own intuition, divine masculines. This is looking at the balance that certain thoughts hold and trigger in you regarding how you're perceiving your reality, your feminine experiences in your life. This is a deep internal balancing act where you are measuring what is productive and what bears fruit regarding or in contrast to the things that are not life affirming, that are annihilating, destructive, root bound. They don't create growth, facilitate growth. Yeah, there's a lot of soul searching going on right now. What can we see for the daily divine masculine reading? So where are the divine masculines at regarding this connection? Regarding their divine feminine on the conscious mind? Where are the divine masculines at regarding their connection in the heart space? Where are they at regarding their divine counterpart on the heart space? What are they wishing for these connections? What are they wishing in their own lives and for these connections? What are they doing in their own lives and towards these connections? What is the biggest challenge? What is the spirit-guided solution? And where are these connections going in the near future? I'm getting like sort of 3 weeks, month of January. So what are they thinking of these connections? Ooh, King of Swords. So they're kind of sitting in this protection bubble. They're not communicating or withdrawing. They're kind of sitting still, observing. This is objective observation. It's head over heart. So they're trying to remove their emotions from things. And they are trying to take an analytical approach to love versus not love, productive versus dead end. They are really sorting the chaff, I just heard, from their lives. They don't want to engage in things that drain their energy anymore. They're cracking that code. What energizes me, what doesn't, what is authentic energizing energy and what isn't, what is life affirming and what is not. So they are taking that approach. 3 of Pentacles, this is my card of the 3D. In the inverse, it is more than meets the eye. It's the Transformers energy. It's really looking at the surface level and then dropping in deeper to take a more accurate assessment of the energetic backstory. So the divine masculines are not so superficial, objectifying, shallow, book by its cover, putting blind faith in what people say. They are stepping back and considering in a more masterful way what they are being presented with. Peace. I am a being of love and I release all negative energy. There's the Sri Yantra, the Om, in that card. So they are not wanting to engage in karmic drama. They are unhooking from everything that they have been connecting with right now, I'm hearing. They're taking time for them so that they can restore peace in their lives based on what they want to build back through energetic discernment of frequencies. And peace is the criteria. If it rocks the boat, if it doesn't sit well with their soul, with their gut, They are not going to do it. So they are releasing all negative energy. They are not saying to people that are saying things they don't agree with anymore. I just heard I'm not saying unless I'm saying as I walk out the door, never to speak to those people again. Whoa. So yeah, there are some major decisions being made to cut connections, conversations with anybody that is not in alignment anymore with life affirming energies. What are the divine masculines thinking of their divine counterpart right now? Bam. You're my only true blue, I just heard. King of Pentacles, and there's that Ace of Wands, the karmic torch of victory. This is the scepter that says, I'm now qualified to help others overcome what I've come through, or shortly will be. This is beautiful. They see their soul mission, their healing, their what is what, right from wrong, higher timelines versus karmic timelines. They see it connected to you. Specifically, they see something in your connection with you, Divine Feminine, that has helped them reach this level of excellence. It has taken them further than any other connection that they've been part of. They're starting to see that, how it goes hand in hand, how the things that they thought you were so different in to begin with, the gap that they had to bridge, they see that it's now ironic, that it's exactly that has illuminated to them. It's in exactly these ways that you triggered them, that they now have this newfound purpose and aha, that they've come into their own, that they're coming into their own. And instead of that very thing being their nemesis, it is now ironically the solution, is what I just heard. So you represent, and then we get loneliness. I know that I'm never alone. So this is a card of commitment, and they see that no matter what stage of this becoming, no matter what stage of development, no matter how much burden, how much distraction, how much angst they have had, you have been there every step of the way, creating this, I've got your back, we're in this together, two peas in a pod. It's ironic that they thought that you were so different in some way, and now they see that there has been this true blue. I'm getting a lot of that blue energy. So yes, this loneliness, you are the one that never fails, that never abandons them truly. Blameless. Wow, Divine Feminines, they are really seeing you authentically. This is not pedestaling. This is genuine understanding that you have not been too intense. You have been loyal. You have been consistent. So any times that they have judged you as being too much, they now see that you have been consistent, committed, solid. What a beautiful message. Thank you, Divine Masculines, for seeing this now. So they're letting love in. What are the Divine Masculines feeling on the heart space for these connections? Ace of Cups in the reverse. They're feeling the unconditional love. They see that even though they've walked away, that you are the one person that would understand why for your specific situation, and that they know that the love would not even be diminished here. So about this connection, this Eight of Cups speaks of walking away from third-party situations. It's a clearing the mind. So the Divine Masculines have stepped away right now, possibly from everything, including you, Divine Feminine, your connection in some way. They've gone into hermit mode with the cloak there. I'm really seeing that they're going to run over the hill and hermit away for a little bit. But they're choosing them. They're not choosing you or a third-party person or a circumstance or whatever that third scapegoat energy was that kept them from coming forward fully to you. They're walking away from it all right now to choose themselves. Patience. I accept that everything happens in divine order. So for many divine masculines, they have fled the scene, we'll say, because they were triggered with patience. And this has impressed upon them that they need to become more patient in themselves, more whole, more present in themselves, and not be so wishy-washy regarding the comings and goings of you, Divine Feminine, or the demands or requests or unkindness of other energies. They are just needing to tune in to their own baseline and choose them. What are they feeling on the heart space for you in particular? Oh, so much love. And so we get King of Cups, the unexpressed emotion. Look at how high that water is rising. The emotion is up to their eyeballs in this emotion for you, Divine Feminine, on the heart space. And there is a transformation. So as their heart wells over, they've got their eyes on you. I love you, my Divine Feminine. And denial. So denial's in the reverse here. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. So it's really impressing upon them that they do love you. And as they go through this transformation, they see what scared them is actually the answer. The way through it is to love you. This is, the denial is wearing off. They are learning. As they heal, as they clear karma, as they discern what is what, they are seeing that they've been in denial about this love because the shoes were too big, because there were other things they needed to see. So this insight of awareness is removing the fear to come forward to these connections. What are they wishing for in their own right at this time? Hermit, there's the Hermit, and the King of Cups. They're wishing to process these emotions. So I just said that it looked like they were going over the hill to hermit away, and the King of Cups, same card. So in the reverse like this, they are beginning to come out of the denial of what their feelings are actually telling them. They're being more honest with themselves. They are looking at this purpose-filled path that seems to relate to you, Divine Feminine, and they're looking at everything that aligns with that. The Hermit's staff is straight, it is alignment. And so they are being honest with their emotions. There's a lot coming to the surface. They're dealing with it. And surrender. I release my need to control. So they're kind of fighting this. They're kind of fighting against surrendering here with it in the reverse, but they are on the verge of it because the dam's going to break. This emotion is welling up, and they're going to have to give in to it, at least behind closed doors in hermit mode. So Divine Masculines, let the floodgates open, surrender to it. This is good as a mantra for Divine Masculines watching. I can release my need to control. Let your emotions have their way with you, Divine Masculine, and get real with them. You are entitled, you are justified for your emotions. They do come from a place of authenticity. If you trace them back, you will find that. What are the Divine Masculines wishing for these connections? Three of Cups, they're wishing to come out of separation. We get the card of being left out in the cold, and then this third energy being turned on its head. This is the friendship card. It's also third party situations. In the reverse, it is wanting more than friends. It's wanting one-on-one connection. It's wanting to come back in from the cold and to genuinely connect without the pretense, without the games. They want authentic connection. Whoa. And failure. I understand that a mistake is only an opportunity to learn. This came out in the reverse as well. So for whatever reason, they're feeling removed from the love, the warmth of this connection, and they're about to see that they've made a mistake in putting this space and that it is only an opportunity to learn. They are needing to have the space to process their emotions. Maybe they could have asked for it in a different way, but at this time they are about to realize that they do value you more than just a friend and above other karmic situations. They see there is more love light to be connected with here, and that in the past they weren't able to access it, but they're realizing that it's only an opportunity to have more surety about it. You don't know what you've got until it's gone kind of energy. What are the masculines doing in their lives apart from Spirit of the Ether? This is the foolish man. It is the spiritualization of matter again. So we are getting this investment, but the Seven of Crystals in this card, this masculine is kind of contemplating that this tower will fall one day. The false constructs, the things that they've been investing in, it's kind of looming there. There are many people involved, many people who expect a certain masculine to show up, and this masculine has removed themselves in hermit mode over here, contemplating, is this what I want? Is this that I've been investing in truly the answer? Or can I take a leap of faith towards things that actually resonate on a more pure level? And we get trust. I accept that my inner voice will always lead me correctly. So the masculines are learning to attune to their inner voice of discernment that weed out the negative things and the unconditionally loving things, even against conditioning and imprinting. They are sorting those hypocritical energies that their heart is screaming at them to redefine. The things that others think that they should be doing that just don't sit well, they are very much wrestling with those things and preparing to take a leap of faith away from the advice of others and trusting their own heart. That doesn't mean that it will always be in contrast to what others would say, but they are learning to prioritize their knowing as on par or more so than those around, and learning to align with those who resonate as truth at the same level. So that doesn't mean that they are getting rid of anyone who has a different opinion, but divine masculines, you are now valuing certain resonance of energy. So prioritizing growth inducing, life affirming, joyful things rather than negative, fear-based, limited, critical, judgmental, non-creative energies. There's a gravitating towards a better way, more positivity. And your heart is crying out for it. Divine masculines have been playing small out of fear, and they're wanting to grow. They're wanting to completely level up and take a leap of faith and to become leaders, to become their potential. Beautiful. What are the masculines doing straight for this connection? Divine timing and the magician, the magus of power. So this is the empowered motion that says, okay, divine, I'm ready. Take me, show me the way. So this is the surrender, okay, and grief. I understand that losing something is only an opportunity to appreciate it. So divine masculines have sacrificed these connections. Whether they've told you this outwardly or not, they've all allowed themselves to entertain the thought of, what if I did not have this connection going forward? And so this is where they are between worlds, because they know they cannot live in those karmic ways and have this connection. This represents a cosmic other timeline, other life. And so they have to let go of something, whether it's the lower vibrational things or this connection. They have cut it all out so they can decide, and so that they can see the way forward in divine timing. They are giving up control. They are on the verge of surrendering to the divine orchestration, not resisting or rejecting that any longer, but sincerely looking for that trail to illuminate in front of them. Whoa. This is where they're no longer hanging on to expectations. Very beautiful divine masculines. Oh my gosh. That's what's going to bring them into closer union with you, divine feminine, is that they are surrendering their egoic need to control or manufacture their life. They are asking the divine to give them what is for them. And they're beginning to see that they have been living false lives that have not been authentic. The masks are coming off on another level. What is the biggest challenge? Surrendering and temperance. Daughter of the Reconcilers. So yeah, this is a very surrendered, balanced thing. This is the challenge, is not feeling like they have to do anything. Empathy. I'm open to seeing both sides of a situation. So this is where they're not all up in arms, not all up in ego. This is where peace is coming in across the board. There's that peaceful energy again, where being masculine does not mean being more aggressive or more outspoken or right or winning at all cost. It means taking the appropriate action, as discernment would suggest, to see both sides and be diplomatic, to be mature, to be wise, to see both sides accurately and remove themselves from things that don't resonate, that don't align, and to go towards the things that do, because they've healed, because they no longer need those lower vibrational examples to learn from. They don't need it anymore. What is the solution to that challenge of surrendering and just having it that simple? Finding out what they do wish for on the deepest levels. The moon again. This is an interesting card that's come up in private readings for 2 days now. It actually says the ruler of flux and reflux, and it's come through each time in this position that acid reflux, the vagus nerve and the brain gut axis, is being harmonized. It's been so, I think I've been getting that message for a couple months now, where the intuition and the gut instinct are being linked and healed. So divine masculines, you are coming into the more accurate assessment of what your heart really wants, based on your heart and mind being in alignment, your heart, mind, gut, and communication all being in alignment. The key here is gratitude. So we get, I am thankful for this life and the opportunity it presents. So you're coming out of slavery, duty, not fun things, begrudging, resentful, undermined, small. You're coming out of that because you are seeing that you are able to empower. You're able to have gratitude for the good things and focus more on that. You're steering towards that. You're leaning in that direction. And so this is causing the anxiety to diminish, and for you to stop feeling so sick to your stomach. There is a nausea. Your anxiety is trying to tell you things. So if you have anxiety about what other people have said or suggested you do in your life, and it's causing you to feel this knot in your stomach, divine masculines, please drop through that and see, is what they're saying 100% gospel? Is it necessary? Is it true? Is it kind? I'm very much getting that there might be some fear of other people's opinions or what other people are actually saying, and for you to see what your body is telling you in response to those things, or the thoughts that you are thinking in your own right. So if you're getting this kind of uncomfortable, nauseated feedback from thoughts you're thinking about your feminine or this connection, it's time to really say that must be a misguided choice. So if you're saying, I can't go towards my divine feminine because XYZ, and you get that nauseous feeling, that means your body's trying to tell you you're off track with what you're thinking. So yeah, this is about really seeing what you actually want and what that does in your body. It may bring up a lot of fears based on your imprinting, based on the things you think others would say. So pay attention. It's not actually your feminine that is causing that. It's the fear that you're not allowed to or supposed to go towards these connections and your highest purpose in life that may be the thing causing the nausea. So learn to tell the difference between whatever it is you're trying to decide and what else might be coming up. It's a very precise way of looking at what our body's trying to tell us. We have to quiet ourselves, go into that hermit mode, divine masculines, and figure this out. What direction are the connections going in? 9 of Orbs, that's the anxiety and the Hermit. So here's some more resistance. Hermit in the reverse, there's some resistance to feeling the pain that might be found there, I just heard. But I also just channeled the solution, is this differentiation between what it is your heart is saying to go towards, and then the fears that come up. So it's not actually the thing that you want to go towards that's causing the anxiety. It's all that other secondary overthinking or second guessing or excuses that come in that's actually causing the anxiety. Your heart does know the way. Learn to know the difference. Drop in, go into hermit mode, sit with it. This will be your key to freedom. It won't be your demise. And fear, wow, I realize that I am testing my resolve to live in the energy of love. So for everybody that watched this is how we learn to live in the energy of love, is to learn to see these uncomfortable things head on and differentiate between if it's our instinct telling us not to go in a direction, or if it's the fears that we are not supposed to follow our heart that's causing the anxiety. Deep message. Good job, Divine Masculines. We are really getting into productive mastery of the head and heart axis, communication eventually. It's right in the thick of it. It's in the midst of this transformation right now. Pay attention to your energetic systems coming on board more and more accurately, Divine Masculines. Divine Feminines, breathe. Keep your vibe high. Yes, beautiful stuff. Let's get one advice for the feminines watching this. Temple of Perfected Essence, divinity, honor, responsibility, and humility. So just stay in the honor. For many, you have reached this, that the masculines are going through emotionally right now. And so just hold the space. Joy, playfulness, and pleasure, that's your permission to continue to have fun, even if your divine counterpart is going through certain things. And freedom, sensitivity, beauty, and sensuality. Take care of yourself, love your life, have fun, keep your vibe high. Allow your masculine to rise. Don't stoop, don't lower your vibe. Don't feel like you're energetically having to be in grieving and remorse right now in order to show love. That is a misconception that keeps us all bound. Raise the vibe, celebrate, move the energy, dance, channel, do what you may. Keep your vibe high, play, inspire. What else can we see for the masculines for encouragement? Path change, paradigm shift, and adjustment. It landed sort of end of January on my incremental time scale here, linear time. January. There is a paradigm shift. So Divine Masculines, you are going to be clearing the misconceptions and learning how to use your emotional toggles here to go towards your heart's yes and to advocate for yourself so that you can overcome anxiety. It might feel crazy making right now, but this is the way through. You're learning how to do that. Godspeed, beautiful Divine Masculines. Love you, Divine Feminines. Bye for now.